Hello, everybody. My name is Adam Short, and I'm with Short Financial Group, and I'm an advanced certified QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. And today I'd like to show you the workflow in how to enter and process and print a check in QuickBooks Online. Now, some of you may be asking, why in the world do people even use checks anymore? I actually am one of those people that ask that question regularly, but believe it or not, a lot of people still do use checks. So there is a function in QuickBooks that allows you to print the check directly from your local computer. And there are a number of ways you can do that. The first way is we can start with the plus sign at the top center, and then we can click check under vendors. The alternate way is to go to the vendor center and click the particular vendor that you would like to pay, but we'll do it this way this time. So let's say we're going to, QuickBooks has already picked the check number, check 71 over here, but we can change that. Let's say it got ahead of itself and it's actually check number 70, so we'll change it to 70. And the payee will click the drop down menu, and let's say we need to make we need to write a check to Cal Telephone for the phone bill. So our address appears here in the mailing address box. And then we need to choose the account. Obviously, in this case, it's the checking account. Your balance appears. And then the payment date is today, September 12th. And then we're going to select which account in the general ledger that this particular transaction will post to. And in this case, I would like to pick an expense account that corresponds to a utility payment. And let's see what we have under utilities. We have telephone, which is a sub account under utilities. And then I'm going to include a description that says September 2016 phone bill or phone bill payment. Now remember, I have not entered a bill for this particular transaction. I'm simply entering a check. This is the proper transaction to use if you were not entering a bill first. You need to enter a check if you're going to print a check from your computer. Now, if you enter a bill first and then you would like to pay it, and you're going to pay it with a check, you use the bill payment function in QBO or the pay bills function in QBO, and that will allow you to print the check there. But in this case, we don't have a bill associated with this particular transaction, so we're just simply writing a check. So let's say the check is $100. We'll enter 100 in the amount. We will leave the billable and tax blank, and we'll also leave the customer blank because this does not apply to a customer. In the memo, I will copy this text and bring it down to the memo. And then here in the attachments box, you can attach the particular bill, or in this case, we don't have a bill we entered, but we can still attach the bill that we received from that vendor to this transaction, if that makes sense. So in this case, I'll just pick a file for sake of explanation. And it is a JPEG file, or sorry, this is a PNG file. You can also attach JPEG, Excel, doc, PDF files as well. So now that I've finished entering this particular check, we have an option down here that says print check. So I'm going to click that, and your check saves when you click that. Now, if you have not set up the print checks in your QBO yet, this is very important to set up, because if you don't, then when you print your check, your text will not be lined up and you'll have text in the wrong parts of the check. This will be a different video that will cover that particular process, but let's say that yes, that our fields are lined up properly, so I click yes. And then now we have the check that's selected, and then this is our checking account, and we're about to preview and print the check. So I click preview and print. And I guess we need to enter our check number again. So check number 70, preview and print. Check number 70 has already been used. Let's not do that again. Let's do check 71. So now here's what we'll preview before it's printed. And you can always go ahead and print on a blank piece of paper if you'd like to compare it. What you can do is take the piece of paper that prints and hold it over the check and hold the two together and look towards a light and make sure the text is lined up. If you want to be triple sure that everything's going to print correctly, you can print, and I'll go ahead and print, and it will print a blank piece of paper. You hear my printer running in the background. And I want to show you what the screen that comes up after that. Okay. I'm going to click that X. It asks you, did your checks print okay? Remember I said you could take that piece of paper and hold it up to a check. So do that. Click the X on that prior screen. This message will pop up. And if you see that that text is not lined up, then tell it, no, keep all checks in the print checks list. So that way, QuickBooks will not record that that check 71 has been printed. So I'll click done. And now we still have check 71 in the queue here ready to be printed. So you can do that again. You can click preview and print. The same screen will show up as a preview. Now we'll put our check into the printer and we'll print the check. And your check is printed. And in this case, I'm going to cancel. I'm not going to print it again. I'm going to click the X as if I already printed the check. And then yes, they printed correctly. So now the check 71 has disappeared from our queue, and I can click out of here and then go to our checking account, click the checking account, and then I can click go to register. And here we have our check 71 that has been printed and entered September 12th for $100. I hope that this has been an informative video on how to enter and print a check in QBO. Please check out our other videos at shortfinancial.com. And until then, happy bookkeeping. Thank you.